Good morning. I just have wanted to come to you since we are not going to be having live services um, on this Sunday from our church. So I wanted to come to you and give you a few announcements. Several have asked what we plan to do moving forward, when we plan to have in person services, what the plan is moving ahead. Um, as I mentioned, we are having um, we did have an elders meeting on Wednesday night, and so that we had, after much discussion, came up with a few things. Before I go there, I just want to remind everybody that we do still have some needs for the food pantry. There's still some things that set up. I know several of you have called me and said that you will be bringing stuff, but again, we'd like to have those by Tuesday. So just a reminder for that. If you have anything for the food pantry, don't forget to bring those as well. Also, just a reminder, on Sunday, we will be having two drive-in services that we will be recording on Facebook Live, and then later we will put on YouTube to be able to be seen from that as well. Hi, Melody. We so if you want to watch the drive-in services, that'll be at 9 a.m. live streaming, or you can come over to Upper Sandusky High School parking lot and watch those, be there in person on Sunday. We will have three people speaking, and then each person will take about 5 to 7 minutes, and then each talking about the attributes of a mother or a woman. And so that'll be at 9 o'clock in Upper Sandusky High School, and that'll be in the parking lot there. Then, if you can't make it to that one, we'll be live streaming at 9 o'clock on that. Also, at 11 o'clock, we'll be live streaming the second service, and that'll be coming from Gormley Park in Forest, Ohio. And that'll also be three people speaking, three different people speaking, and that'll be three more attributes of a mother, or a woman. So just wanted to remind you of that. While we have some of you here, wanted to get some time for this to click on and for some of you to be able to get on. Again, I know there are a lot of opinions. I called and talked to several of you on what your thoughts were on moving forward and moving ahead and doing in-person services. After much discussion, this is what the elder and the elder board came up with on Wednesday night. And I do want to encourage anybody that if you have any questions, feel free to call. We will have these being sent out in the newsletters coming next week, so that way you'll be able to have something in your hand to be able to see. So I'm just going to read to you what the piece of paper says that's going to be coming to those that get the newsletter. It says the elders had a meeting on 5/6/20, which was Wednesday night, and after much discussion came up with the following plan for phase 1 of going back to in-person services. Number 1, we will continue to make worship services available on Sunday mornings through Facebook and YouTube for those who are not able to or do not feel comfortable attending in person. So I've had several people ask, hey, are you going to continue recording? Are you going to continue recording? We plan to do that, and hopefully we will do that for the duration that we hope to maybe make it a little bit better eventually, but right now we're going to continue recording like we have been. Matter of fact, first few weeks at least, I'm still going to be sitting at the table, still going to be recording on YouTube and Facebook and going from there. So that's number 1. Number 2, we will return to in-person worship on May 17th at 10:30 a.m. and exercise strict physical distancing. So any of those that would like to come out, we will be having services on May 17th in person. But we will be practicing strict social distancing, and there's a lot of details behind the scenes that will have to take place with that, and more information will be coming. That was a lot of what we talked about, is how we're going to do that, what we're going to be doing, and that sort of thing. We asked for people. Number 3, We ask for people to call in to make reservations if you plan to attend each week's Sunday service by Saturday at noon so we can be prepared to adequately meet social distance guidelines. What does that mean? Let's say you want to come out and you say, I want to make sure I'm going to be there. So you just call the church, say, hey, I'm planning to come and so is blah, blah, blah. So if, like, say you and your 2 kids are coming, well, let us know who all's coming. Don't just say, yeah, we're going to be there. We need to have a count on how many people are going to be there just so we can adequately prepare for social distance guidelines and go from there. Again, I appreciate you guys working with us on this. I know that's a little awkward. I know that's a little weird. But I know that there's several churches that are doing this, and we're trying to move forward because there's several people eager to get into the church building. 4, we will make all efforts to reduce any unnecessary contact. This includes, but not limited to, discretion for masks, leaving offering plates at the back for giving, online and mail-in giving will still be available as well, and not having a fellowship break. We will continue to review our actions to provide the safest possible experience for those who choose to attend. There won't be a bulletin. There won't be, we'll have several different things happening. We'll take in any books, Bibles, songbooks, any of things like that. We'll be taking them all out of the sanctuary for the time being. Again, we went through and had several ideas, and we went through and had several considerations on all of this. So that's number 4. 5, Wednesday night Bible study, Sunday school, nursery, and junior church will not be offered at this time. So because we cannot social distance in those types of settings, we will not be offering those ministries at this given time. We will not be having Wednesday night Bible study, which normally those of you that attend know that we normally cancel and stop at the end of May anyway. We don't have Bible study through the summer, and we pick back up in the fall. Rex was a little bummed because he's halfway through a chapter and he wanted to be able to get that, but we had no closure or anything. But after talking to the elders and talking to Rex, everybody has agreed that this is best to do at this time. So we will pick that back up probably in the fall, depending, moving forward. Number 6, everyone will enter through the north doors under the carport. All doors will be open to avoid contact. What that means is, some of you I know come in the back doors. Those are going to be locked. We ask that you do not come in those doors because we don't want anybody touching the door handles. We don't do any of that. So everybody will be coming through the north doors underneath the carport, and the doors will either be propped open or held open by the elders. And that way, nobody will have to be able to touch the door handles or anything like that to have to where you guys will be able to stay and avoid any contact with that. So, and then 7, last but not least, sanitizer and hand wipes will be available throughout the building. The building will be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected after each use. And then I want to say we thank you for being understanding and patient with the leadership as the state offers new guidelines and moves forward. We will continue to modify and adapt our plans and procedures to meet the situation, asking for God's continued guidance and wisdom. We will continue to share our official plans and updates through the prayer chain, Facebook, YouTube, and our newsletter. As always, if you have any questions, you can call the church. So on behalf of the leaders of the church, thank you for your continued prayers and support. And then I signed it. So again, those of you that get the newsletter will be getting this newsletter with your newsletter next week. That way you can kind of look at it more so you can understand it more. We are going to have a few other things that we've thought out. I think we've thought out everything pretty intensively. We had a pretty long elders meeting trying to decide not only what would be best when we do come back, but also when we come back. So I want to thank the elders for their wisdom as well. And also, I'm not going to lie, I looked at what several churches were doing and going from there. So I wanted to just get on here today, again, like I said, because several of you were not going to be meeting in church person here on this Sunday because of the drive-in services, and I'm not going to be able to talk to you personally about what our specific church is going to be doing. So I wanted to give those guidelines and give you guys a heads up. So that's what we plan to do. And I hope that you guys will, again, I just understand, and we understand, if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel safe, if you are at high risk, we encourage you to stay home. But those that are eager to come out, those that are wanting to come out, we are going to move forward with strict social distancing guidelines. So we thank you for your support during this time. It's a time like none of us has ever experienced before. And we will continue to look at this as we move forward. So again, thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we hope that you guys will join us on Sunday morning at 9 o'clock via Facebook or in person, and also at 11 o'clock via Facebook or in person. Thank you.